this is going to end up score-wise, like no one does right now, but I do know, like, no, it is a great play.
What a play! Collins to Robertson.
Watch for him, very streaky with the ball and the shot.
Moore, the pull-up pop. He missed it badly. It's rebounded by Gilchrist. Up the floor in a hurry. And Robertson will back it out. Collins in attack mode. The bounce. Oh! Robertson hooks his way in.
Possession is so important and tough to come by, and the loose balls is 4 and 5 guys on the floor at a time.
Gutierrez is now 1 of 4 from the field. Just 2 points for the Pac-12 Player of the Year. Gilchrist looks down low and take it. He just shoved Kravish out of the way. And a jump shot for Hugh. Over a program that has been hit hard by sanctions. Harper's Camp finishing inside.
Pretty exciting win against Kentucky early, wasn't it?
Yep. And a Kentucky their first loss. Up top again. Hugh.
And a chance for the last shot for USF.
Maybe a little too quick.
Collins used an Anderson screen. Nice pass underneath. And they get the bucket at the buzzer from Hugh Robertson.
And that was very effective. He also said, obviously, guys, they're shooting a lot better than they did here a couple of weeks ago. Just 37% at the Garden in a loss to St. John's.
They were particularly dreadful from beyond the three-point arc in that game. That was a game they were down by 14. Got to within 1, but couldn't pull it off, ending their 9-game winning streak, which is a record for Notre Dame as a member of the Big East. The
draw and a nice little slip pass.
Sports Center coming up next here on ESPN. Gilchrist thought about working on Cooley. Thought about it again. Sends it back out to Collins. 8 to shoot.
Martin good at showing.
Collins dumps it off. Robertson gets the bounce.
Good players find people, don't they? Talk about closing out that first game.
Villanova had better get some stops, because this pace is exactly what South Florida wants.
And Nash, the backup point. Did a pretty good job when Collins was injured, Sean.
He did. Matter of fact, Collins was injured in the win at Villanova. Got a concussion in that game. Played only in the first half.
You get a couple scores, all of a sudden there's a little more game pressure on South Florida. And the 2-3 zone right now by Villanova.
Anything long, maybe they can get a run out. That's where they have to think.
Nicely done. Robertson found. Turned over to Poland nearly midway through the second half. A 6-point lead for USF. They led by 13.
Smart to bring it out and run offense.
And Anderson feels he's got a mismatch belt with good footwork to force him out.
Robertson lays it in. Hugh Robertson.
Suffered a concussion the early part of this season, which is what kept him out a few games. Just have to hope that this doesn't trigger any effects. With 6 on the shot clock, Hugh Robertson connects. That's the largest crowd to witness a USF Bulls home game this season.
Yeah, we should say West Virginia played here last year, but in the NCAA tournament. Again, West Virginia's players wave their arms like it's a zone, but it's really man-to-man. I think that's confused USF.
Robertson, 10 to shoot. Off the window. Hugh Robertson has 6 points in this game.
Now this is where it might be tough playing against this crowd.
Wow. That was a great move.
Scope that time by Robertson.
He won games in lots of different ways this year, and I think that's his strength. No, they won't rebound well, but they'll still win. They won't shoot free throws well, they'll still win. They won't make threes, they'll still win. Mark of depth on this team also.
Robertson back to Collins. Now Gilchrist.
You can control tempo against zone easily. The problem is, what do you do at the end of the shot clock, like now?
Collins on the kick out to Robertson, gets a step, pulls up, and hits.
Perfect. Two perfect positions.
Up to it being like Wednesday. Yaru can't hit inside.
Anderson's a non-shooter. Very good defensive player. Number 24, Augustus Gilchrist, is their best interior guy.
Well, that'll work on the interior as Hugh Robertson goes backdoor.
Game. So his production after the rust wore off has been very admirable indeed. Big positive for them.
It was what Jay Wright expected, but if you saw Javon Pinkston early this season, you might not have seen it coming.
He was invisible, you know. I mean, and you looked at his body, you said, how could this guy be playing and not producing? And boy, the light went on, and whew, he's been tough since. But against this team, tough team for him. Big guys.
With the left hand, Hugh Robertson, strong move to the goal.
He's future wins against teams in the top 50. It's going to be a struggle to get to the NCAA tournament. Now, despite that, they're having an excellent season for them.
Strong move, laying it off the glass is Hugh Robertson to open up. And Jay Wright has him on the floor.
He's on the floor because he gives them some beef in the paint, and they need that.
How about the hustle by Anthony Collins? And a chance for a three-point play and a flagrant foul.
Hence the 12-point lead for the Bulls. Blocked again. Fitzpatrick's second of the night. And Robertson in transition.
That's how you run a fast break. Keep your
DePaul, 0 for 13, Young was.
Now that'll be a good matchup to watch. I think Robertson's length is basically the best thing he's got going for him. He's got good size at 6'6", good length in his arms, and smartly just makes DJL try to hit an outside shot first before he tries to close up, and DJL can use that speed to get around.
And look who scores again, Robertson.
Montgomery can push. Went by Collins. Freshman got a piece and comes away with the basketball. End to end we go. Collins to Robertson. And the finish in transition. Cleveland State hasn't had a field goal since the 10:38 mark.
They've had some looks, JB, but again, finding ways to turn the basketball over.
Hugh Robertson finishes and the foul. The ball game. And he'll take three. Put back Hugh Robertson. Collins a chance to run. Just uses his body so well in transition. And Hugh Robertson goes up to finish. Alluded to the fact that Levante Doherty, have not seen him in action tonight, not with the Bulls program at the moment. is seeking transfer options, and his USF career very likely done. What does that do for the backcourt depth for USF?
Well, I think from the standpoint of solidifying a point, I think everyone knows Anthony Collins is going to.
He ties the ball game.
Augustus Gilbert has to do a better job, I think, of